Hello friends, I am from Biology faculty of QLS Academy. Today we are going to learn about different joints that help in the body movement. Hope you'll enjoy today's lesson. Let's start with our lesson. Now students, some of you might be sitting absolutely still and listening to my lecture, while some of you might be talking to your friends. Now in both the cases, observe the movements taking in your body. There are so many movements that is happening in your body right now. जब हम एक दूसरे से बात करते हैं तब हमारा जॉ मूव करता है, जब हम चलते हैं तो हमारे लेग्स मूव करते हैं. तो हम कह सकते हैं कि जब भी हम कोई एक्टिविटी करते हैं तो हमारी बॉडी में कोई ना कोई मूवमेंट ज़रूर होता है. इनफैक्ट अगर हम सिर्फ बैठे भी हुए हैं तो हमारा चेस्ट अप एंड डाउन मूव करता है बिकॉज ऑफ अ ब्रीदिंग. Like us, even animals also show movements. They can walk, they can jump, they can fly, they can hop, they can crawl. Butterflies and mosquitoes have two pairs of wings that help them to fly. Tortoise and crocodiles have legs and move about using them. They use scales present on the underside of the bodies to move. Terrestrial animals like leopard, tiger, elephant and many others have two pairs of limbs. Most animals use all four limbs to walk, run and for other movements. Now, aquatic animals like turtles use their limbs to swim. Others like frog use their webbed feet to swim in water, while they use their long hind legs to hop on the land. Human body and its movement. Let us look closely at some of our own movements to begin with, before looking at all these varieties of movements in animals. Many of you might hate running, but while running, which part of your body move? Many of you like to play cricket. While bowling, how does your arm move? Do you rotate it at the shoulder in a circular movement? Now try to move your arm up and down at the elbow. Now straighten your arm and try to bend it downwards. Are you able to do it? Why is it that we are able to move a few parts of our body easily in various directions and some only in one direction? Why are we unable to move some parts at all? Now, there is an activity to perform for you. Place a scale wise on your arm so that your elbow is in the center. Ask your friend to tie the scale and your arms together. Now try to bend your elbow. Are you able to do it? Did you notice that we are able to bend or rotate our bodies in places where two parts of our body seem to be joined together like elbow, shoulders, neck? These places are actually called as joints. Now try to think about major joints in your body. Now imagine a body without joints. हमारी body में एक भी joint नहीं है. Now can you imagine our bodies moving without joints? What exactly is joined together at these joints? With the help of your fingers, try to press your head, nose, ears, shoulders. You might feel something very hard. The hard substance is the bone. Bones cannot be bent. So how are we able to move our arms and bend our elbows? Actually, our arms have bones joined together at the elbow. Hence, we can bend our arms. There are number of joints present in our body. There are three main types of joints in the human body. They include fixed or immovable joints, slightly movable joints, freely movable joints. Now first, let's look at fixed or immovable joints. Now, fixed or immovable joints are the joints which do not allow the structure to move, but they offer protection for the structure in which they are present. Examples are the sutures between the bones of the cranium, ribs in the breastbone, bones of the hip girdle. Second is slightly movable joints. They provide support to the structure in which they are present. They also help the structure to move slightly. Examples includes joint of the lower jaw which are slightly movable. Third is the freely movable joints. They are the joints which solely help in the movement of the structure or the organs in which they are present. Fourth immovable joints present in the body are ball and socket joint, pivot joint, hinge joint and gliding joint. Now first, let's look at what are ball and socket joints. Now the last motion you perform, rotating your shoulder, was made possibly by a special type of joint, that is ball and socket joint. Ball and socket joints involve the round head of one bone, that is the ball, fitting into another rounded pocket or a cup-like depression of another bone, that is the socket, hence ball and socket joint. These joints allow motion in numerous directions as the ball rotates within the socket. The upper arm, that is the humerus, and shoulder, that is the scapula, are connected using the ball and socket joint. Another example of a ball and socket joint in human is found in your hip. Here, the head of your upper leg or a femur bone fits into a pocket created by your pelvis. Second is the pivot joint. Pivot joints are the joints that allow bones to rotate. In a pivot joint, a cylinder-shaped bone rotates inside another bone or a ligament that forms a ring around it. To see how a pivot joint functions, just turn your head from side to side in your neck. There's a pivot joint between your skull and the top of the vertebrae that allows the head to turn from side to side. Third is the hinge joint. The hinge is a very simple joint. It allows movement only on one axis. Hinge joint do not naturally rotate or move from side to side. The head of one bone wraps around the cylindrical head of another, allowing a very stable rotation this way. Example of a hinge joint are the elbow joint and the knee joint. Fourth and final is the gliding joint. This is a joint which allows bone to glide over each other. These types of joint provide little movement in all directions. These are the joints present at the ankles, wrist and between vertebrae. So students, this was all about how different joints help our body in different movements. We also learned that joints are present from our skull to our ankles. I hope you all enjoyed learning, and if you have any more doubt, you can go to the following link.